So now move on to the next problem. So following is the trading and profit and loss account of XYZ Limited for the year ending 30th June. So they have given you trading and profit and loss account, sales, closing stock, opening stock, purchases, carriage inwards, wages, gross profit, and you have administration expenses, selling expenses, interest paid and net profit, and by gross profit and non-operating income. So they have asked you to calculate gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and net operating profit ratio. So first let us calculate gross profit ratio. This problem is very simple because all the items have already been calculated here. So gross profit ratio is equals to, what is the formula? Gross profit divided by net sales into 100. How much is gross profit given? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh divided by how much is sales here? 2,50,000. So 2,50,000 into 100 is equals to 40%. Similarly, calculate net profit ratio. It is net profit divided by net sales into 100. How much is the net profit? 42,000. So 42,000 divided by net sales 2,50,000 into 100. It is 16.8%. Next one is net operating profit ratio. Net operating profit ratio is equals to net operating profit divided by net sales into 100. You know how to calculate operating profit? Gross profit minus operating expenses. What are the two operating expenses you have in this problem? Selling and administration expenses. You have only two operating expenses, selling and administration, which is given in the problem here. Selling and administration expenses. So gross profit is how much? 1 lakh minus 9,500 minus 50,500 is get 40,000. Substitute the values in the formula. Net operating profit ratio is equals to net operating profit divided by net sales into 100. So 40,000 divided by 2,50,000 into 100, it is 16%. So with this we have calculated all the three types of ratio: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and net operating profit ratio. So we'll move on to the next problem. From the following balance sheet of Modi Steel Limited, calculate ROI, that is return on investment, which is also called as return on capital employed. So they given you land and building, plant and machinery, stock, debtors, cash at bank, and then share capital, general reserve, debentures, and creditors. Other information is net profit for the year is rupees 1,20,000 and sales for the year is rupees 10 lakh. First let us write the formula. What is the formula for return on capital employed? Net profit divided by capital employed into 100. So you have to calculate net profit. So how do you calculate net profit? As you all know, they have given the net profit as rupees 1,20,000. We need not have to calculate. But how to calculate capital employed? As I told you, there are two methods for calculating capital employed. One is asset based approach and another one is liabilities based approach. So here they have given you the liabilities based approach. Capital employed is calculated as follows. Share capital, you can include equity and preference share capital. To that you have to add what? General reserve. Then you have to add debentures, so long term debts. So you have debentures here, so you had debentures. So if you have fictitious assets, you have to deduct. You don't have any fictitious assets on the asset side of balance sheet, so you need not have to deduct any item. So how much is capital employed here? 8 lakh. This is as liabilities based approach. So you have one more approach, that is asset based approach. So what is the formula under asset based approach? Net assets plus net working capital. So how do you calculate net working capital? Current assets minus current liabilities. So what are the current assets given in the problem in the balance sheet? Look into the balance sheet here. So you have stock, debtors, and cash at bank, and current liabilities is only creditors. So you write all the three items, stock, debtors, and cash, and less current liabilities 50,000. So you get 1 lakh. So total fixed assets is 7 lakh and 1 lakh you get 8 lakh. So even under liabilities approach and asset based approach, your capital employed is rupees 8 lakh. So any formula you can apply. And then substitute the values in the formula. Return on investment is equals to net profit divided by capital employed into 100. So what's the answer? 15%. So the next one you have is return on investment, which you have already calculated, that is 15%. So if you want, you can calculate net profit ratio, which is calculated here. Net profit divided by sales into 100. So 1,20,000 divided by 10 lakh into 100 is equals to 12%. So with this we'll complete this problem. So in this problem they have asked you to calculate return on shareholders funds. So they are given you preference share capital, equity capital, capital reserve, general reserve, profit and loss account, and net profit. So what is the formula for return on shareholders funds? Return on shareholders funds is equals to net profit divided by total shareholders funds. So how much is net profit given in the problem? So 76,500. So how to calculate shareholders funds? As I told you, it includes equity share capital, preference share capital, all types of reserves minus fictitious assets. So since you don't have any fictitious assets, add all these items. So how much is shareholders funds? 4,50,000. So 76,500 divided by 4,50,000, it is 17%. So this is how we calculate what? Return on shareholders funds.